Hi, everyone. Hello. Hi, it's Jane Tara. This is What Are You Reading? Better Reading. And welcome to our favourite segment. It's me today and talking about books. And I know you're all going to be coming on here and telling me what you're reading at the moment. And of course, in the office where, books piled high, as you can see behind me, and lots of books to share with you today. I want to start with this wonderful book, Without Further Ado, by Jessica Detman. Now, Jessica works in publishing, this also kind of has a little into that because it's a woman's life starts to mimic the hit film Much Ado About Nothing as she navigates the romance publishing industry. It's witty, it's heartfelt. She is like that. She's a really, really great person, very funny. That comes across on the page. And she is going to be doing What Are You Reading next week. So Jess is going to come into the office and she'll chat a little bit about Without Further Ado, which is, look at the cover. Isn't that cool? I love it. So she'll chat more about this book. She will talk about what she's reading. She'll talk to you guys, any questions that you have about this. So maybe over the next week, give it a read and then you can ask her some questions as well. And she'll talk about what everyone's reading. So Jessica Detman in the Better Reading office next week doing What Are You Reading? And in the meantime, grab her novel. Sharon, hi Jane. Sharon, you're always one of the first ones on. I love that. It's like, oh, there's Sharon. Hi. You're very fast, and need to get you, applying for competitions or something more. Carolyn, hello Jane. I finally got around to reading Lessons in Chemistry by Bonnie Garmus. Enjoyed it far more than I thought I would. Great read. I think that is the general consensus. People love that book so much, and I loved it. It's a great read, but oh my God, it's going gangbusters. And what I love about that story is it's her debut. She's in her 60s. So 3 cheers to a woman of a certain age, writing, having a whole new career now in writing. And her writing is so good because she has had a career as a copywriter while she raised a lot of kids. I think she might have had 5 kids or something. So, after 2, you're just bungee jumping. So, yeah, I'm glad you liked that. And we have a lot of people sort of mentioning Lessons in Chemistry. Tracy, hi, Tracy. Oh, it's your birthday soon, Tracy. I know that because we share a birthday. You're reading Demon Copperhead. Oh, great read. And let me know what you're doing for your birthday. Win, hi, Jane. Reading Victory City by Salman Rushdie. Love it. Great. And I don't know whether you saw when Kathy Lett was here and she held up Victory City and said everyone's got to read this and really, get it up there into the bestseller list because that's the best way to support Salman and, what he's gone through recently with the attack on him. Tracy Anderson, birthday girl, where are you? Anyway, you were saying, I think, Without Further Ado, you were looking forward to reading that. Sorry, the comments are jumping up. Judy just finished A World of Curiosities by Louise Penny, recommended. Judy, I love it when someone tells me a book that I haven't heard of before, and particularly one with a great title. Like I don't know Louise Penny. I don't know that book, but, what a beautiful title for a book. So I'm going to look that up. Julie, hi Jane. I'm reading One Suspect by Louise Candlish. Love ARC opportunities as it takes me away from my usual genre. Okay, to start with, I've just read Louise's latest book and it is great. It is great. And a little different to her previous books because it has a dual timeline. So you're talking about preview opportunities, like getting the ARCs, okay? So the advanced review copies they are. And if you signed up for our preview yesterday. So our previews go out in the EDM every Wednesday. If you signed up for it yesterday and went on to, like, you pressed through the link in the EDM, in the newsletter, and if you went through and found that there was nowhere to sign up, you need to refresh your page. Okay, it's just a matter of refreshing the page, and sometimes you have to do it a couple of times for it to turn over, because the form is there, but it goes live at a certain time. So sometimes if you've visited that page before, that's what comes up without the form there. However, I know a few of you went onto the page and there was no form there. So what we've done this week for the first time, we have left our preview opportunities open until Monday. So if you go onto the website, you will see, I think we had 4 previews in the newsletter this week, and all of those preview books, so the opportunity to get an advanced review copy and to review it for us, all of those are still there. The form is open until Monday morning at 9 a.m. and you can still apply for that. And then a number generator chooses the winners of the book, and you get to give us your opinion of it. And it's a great opportunity to get involved in, you know, reviewing, supporting a book, supporting an author, and also, you know, sort of then telling your friends about what you've read way before they hit the shelves, the books. All right. Giving a shout out to Todd Alexander, Over the Hill and Up the Wall. I think the official release was yesterday. So happy publication week to Todd. Over the Hill and Up the Wall is, well, we all love his books, like seriously, but the last couple of memoirs have been set in the kind of tree change world, and I say that he's gone from farmyard to family, where he talks about aging parents in this book, and it is heartfelt and painful, and so it's what my age group is going through in many ways. Not me personally. Mum is probably watching, and you know, and she's still very sprightly, aren't you, Bonnie? But you know, a lot of my friends are dealing with aging parents, and Todd certainly is, and he has written about it beautifully. It really is like such a moving testament to his love for his parents, and I think a lot of people can relate to it. So you know, if you're looking for a great weekend read, that one. And look at the cover of this, A Joyful Life. It's a joyful cover. So this is Rosemary Kariuki, and she Cheryl recorded a podcast with her. It is out now, and go and have a listen and have a look at A Joyful Life. It is a joyful story about someone who has truly struggled in life, and against all odds, like seriously against all odds. And look at that cover photo, come out like that. That's how she embraces life, and it's imbued in this storytelling, and I think it's a really, really inspiring story. So support Rosemary's book and also the podcast, which is out now. So Lynn, hello Jane, I'm reading The Seven Skins of Esther Wilding. Yes, Holly's book, wonderful. Jane, I couldn't get on Facebook last week to watch you live, some glitch. You know what, like Facebook sometimes has some glitches, but you can always watch this after. So even if you're not here live, you can always get on and watch it afterwards. And, you know, we do come back and read the comments quite a few hours later. So even if you're watching it after the event and you've commented, we get to see your comment. And you're reading Fake Friends by Jane Fallon, another one that I haven't heard of. Good. Make notes, guys. Helen, The Escape Room by Megan Golden. We met her at the Better Reading Lunch in Melbourne, and she is lovely. So it's good to see someone reading her book. Susan, I'm reading Shrines of Gaiety by Kate Atkinson. Fabulous. Another one for Holly Ringland's Esther book. Tracy, oh, my sister is taking me out for lunch for my birthday. That's fantastic. Good on you. I'm going out for a dinner, we call it. It's a late lunch, early dinner on the weekend for my birthday. And it's what old people do when they don't want to be out too late but want a few wines. So, Faye, I'm reading Age of Vice, which is it's up there on the shelf somewhere. It's one of the books of the year. It is like The Godfather, set in India. It is a mammoth, fantastic read, but it's also written by a woman. So Deepti Kapoor, and we're trying to get her on for a podcast actually, because but she's very busy now because everyone's talking about this book. And Joanne says, hi, I'm reading Lisa A. memoir, 60 Years of Life, Love and Loss. Oh, okay. Oh, great. I might have a look at that one as well. Speaking of life, love and loss, this is Family Baggage by Ilsa Evans. And, after the death of their mother, 3 sisters find themselves clearing out their childhood home. And they learn a lot, as we do, about their mother from a diary that's there. And throughout the chapters, there are small, parts of this diary that are shared. And so, the wonderful mother character, Enid, I think it's Enid, is, sort of the overarching character in this wonderful novel. It's funny. It is so funny. It is laugh out loud, but it'll make you cry as well. There were a couple of moments, and particularly just like the very first chapter is Enid and her passing away. And some of the things she was thinking about in the lead up to her death were, you laugh and you cry. It is a great read. I loved that one actually. Another one that is great, anyone who loves Erica James, this is her last book, Mothers and Daughters. This is her latest one, A Secret Garden Affair. Look at that cover. Isn't it beautiful? It makes you want to go there. And it is about, it's actually set in the UK around the time of the royal wedding between Charles and Diana. And the protagonist in this has just caught her fiance in bed with her best friend, so her wedding is off. So to escape a lot of the sort of wedding fever, she goes to her great aunt Bess, who lives in a big house with a renowned garden designer who is her best friend. And so it's the story of 3 women, friendship, love, life, loss, it goes back and forth between the 80s and the 1930s, and it is just a fabulous read. Loved it. Janine, reading Red Dirt Road. Loved that. Great. Echo, I'm reading Ego is the N. Don't know that. Oh, The Enemy. Oh, okay. Well, is that a novel, or is that like a sort of self-help book? Because that's very true. Ego is the enemy. Anne, hello Anne. Just started Cloud Cuckoo Land. Interesting story, indeed it is. Sally, I'm reading Horse by Geraldine Brooks. We love Geraldine. You can always go onto our videos and check out, I'm pretty sure, did she come in for a podcast or a video, Facebook Live? I think it was a podcast. Go and check out our podcast. If you don't already subscribe to our podcast, if you do already, thank you, but we are expanding our podcast area this year. And we've got some very, very exciting things coming up on with the podcast. So go and subscribe to it. It's a great way to listen to authors talking about their books and their backstories. And Sally, we had Geraldine Brooks in the office and she recorded a podcast, but she's great. She's such a wonderful woman. So Julie, thanks for the explanation. Jane, yes, yeah. So just keep refreshing that page on the preview and you will get the form. Hi, Jane. Karen, hope you're good flying solo. I am. Thank you. Missing Cheryl, though. Looking forward to her coming back in a few weeks. I'm reading The Fossil Hunter, Tia Cooper, and loving it. We love Tia, and, you know, her books are so popular. Looking forward to The Butterfly Collector. Have just completed my preview of Go as a River, Shelley Reid. Great book, thanks, Better Reading. Now, that was a fantastic read. And this is the great thing about our preview program is that publishers have their books that they know are really, like, they're going to be really popular. And so you get to have an advanced review copy before anyone else, and you get to see what they think are the really great reads. So, you know, it's Go as a River, what an amazing book. Yvonne Simpkin, Becoming Mrs. Mulberry, Jackie French, hello, segue, Becoming Mrs. Mulberry. Okay, to start with, fabulous cover. Second, Jackie French, like, you know, and if you love Jackie and you loved the book, go on and see her event last night. So last night she was, she held a Facebook Live for us, but of course it's still on there. You can still watch it. The thing I loved about that event with Jackie is she got on there, she started talking, and she didn't stop for half an hour. She just talked. She just, you know, and the things that we discovered about her and her love of writing and her writing process, and, you know, when she started writing as a 13-year-old, and, you know, her passion for her craft. It is a great event. So if you enjoy her writing, go on and watch the event. And also, this is her latest book. It is a really richly told Australian historical, and it's quite unusual. There's a lot of eccentric characters in there. The character, Mrs. Mulberry, on the front has actually, she's in it's not an arranged marriage, but it's a marriage that she agreed to help someone who had been impacted by war to save his fortune, because he had an uncle who was wanting to institutionalize him because he was so traumatized by war. So she has married him, and there's a kind of healing to a lot of people that takes place in this book. But she also discovers a child who was apparently raised by dingoes at a circus, and so that's kind of weaved into their story and their lives. And there's lots of wombat action in this as well, because we know that, well, Jackie more than loves wombats. She has a really profound connection to wombats. And if you go on and watch last night's event, she talks about that as well. Jessie, hi, Jane, reading I'll Leave You With This by Kylie Ladd. Yes, I read, that's her latest one, isn't it? I can see the cover, the green cover. Anyway, I read it recently and thought that was amazing. And it is sort of inspired by her own real life experience with her losing her brother. Oh, it is. That is the latest one. She lost her brother, and a few years later, the family received a letter because he was an organ donor, and from someone who had received, I think, his kidneys, and how it had changed this person's life profoundly, and in fact given this person life. So there was the inspiration of that. That was the seed of the idea behind this book, and it is a really great read. And I was a little reluctant to pick it up, actually, because of the subject matter. I thought, oh, you know, it's going to be hard. But actually, it was really hopeful and lovely and quite funny in parts, and great characters. And yeah, it's a really, really good read. Another great read, We'll Meet Again, Cheryl Adnams. So this one is love, loss, ambition, and family set against a dramatic backdrop of the Second World War. I didn't review this one, but it is on my to-be-read pile that I saved for the Christmas holidays. Yeah. Who saw Nikki French when they came into the office? Did you know that it was two people and a married couple writing as Nikki French? So Nikki Gerard and Sean French. were in the office, and I have the best job. So cool. I sat there and talked to them about their writing process, because this is their 26th thriller together, and it's great. Like, it's great. It's so polished and it's so tight, and they deliver, or Nikki French delivers a certain level of thriller. You know what you're going to get, but you never quite know what you're going to get, and they just keep on dialing that tension up throughout. And so I've always been fascinated at how they do it. Like, how does a married couple like live and write together? Anyway, so I had the opportunity to ask them a lot of questions about that. And I've got to say, I meet so many authors. I love authors. I love, all the authors that come on here, all of them. I really adored this couple. They were very, very nice people and deserve all the success that they've had. Now, who was it who said go as a river? Someone just, it was Karen, mentioned that she had a preview of Go as a River. Yep, there we go. So this is the book she was talking about. It's out now, and she read it as a preview. It is an absolutely beautiful, stunning story about, I don't know, a woman's journey, strength, and it's a little bit like, when where the crawdads sing. So it's kind of, the latest one of those. Grab that. I'm sure you'll all love it. What else have we got to share? There's so many comments here, and I am not going to get through them all today. However, I do want to talk about the top 100. So voting has been open for nearly a month. We have had so many people vote, and that's more than ever, more than any other year. There we go. There's the artwork. Go onto the website and vote, because 7 lucky winners are chosen by number generator, and you have all top 100 books delivered to your door. And that is a pretty amazing prize. I know there's probably a few of you here who have won it in past years. They've had to go out and buy bookshelves. A couple of people have said, well, that's Christmas sorted. 100 books are delivered to your house. And for everyone else, it's just a great way to share what your favorite book is, and then that is collated into a list of 100 reads. And it's fantastic for readers to be able to go, oh yeah, I've read this, and check them off. It is wonderful for authors, because they have a lot of support, having that on there, and it gets the book out in front of readers again. So we close at 5 p.m. on Monday. So please get over to the website and cast your vote. You could win 100 books. Flicking through. Hi, Mary. Hello, all. Who else have we got here? Carolyn says it was a great live with Jackie French. Thank you. Kate says, I've been reading Lenny Marks Gets Away with Murder. I think we're doing that next week. Anne says Jackie French was really good, so easy to listen to. Thanks for getting her on Better Reading. She really is. She is such a great storyteller that her ability to sit there for half an hour and tell a story about her book and how she writes and everything is just it's fascinating. She is a national treasure. There's the link down there to vote. So it's down in the comments. Just scroll down, go through and cast your vote. Kylie says, hi, Jane. I'm currently reading Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover. She is dominating the bestseller lists at the moment, and I think that's thanks to TikTok, but so many people are reading and loving her books. Kylie says, I won last year and it was a shock, but it was great to win and get some new books that I wouldn't normally read. Okay, I'm going to finish up on that comment, because that's wow, high vibrations to actually win 100 books. So that's fantastic, Kylie. Thanks for sharing that with us. And speaking of high vibrations, if you want to, if you're into kind of more self-help, self-development, wellness, inspirational type memoirs, go over and like us on Better Reading B on Instagram, and we're going to be doing more competitions over the coming weeks. So we just gave away a big pile of fabulous self-help books, and we're going to be doing more of that. So go and like Better Reading B on Instagram. There's more stuff coming up there. Tracy, I see you there. Have a really good week and a good birthday. And to everyone who's watching, I can't always get through all of the comments, but we do go back and read them afterwards, and we love the fact that you engage with us, and you're all amazing. So thank you. And remember, Jess Detman is here next week for What Are You Reading?